welcome everyone back to another installment of the Two Raccoons in a Trenchcoat podcast. We've got we each pick a movie and we guess what each other has picked here in this season finale episode of the first season of our podcast. I am one of your co-hosts for today's episode, Some Guy with a Hat, joined as always by
me, some guy with a microphone. It's good to be here. I've got my Santa hat on. My cat has smoked a bunch of Christmas crack, and we are ready to roll.
Yep, you know us. These two raccoons are full supporters of animals doing drugs, everyone. All right. Do you want to start with your quotes? I mean, I guess I can start with mine since I think you went first last time.
I did go first last time.
Okay. All right. We each picked up 5 quotes from a movie. We have not told each other what we have picked. We have 5 quotes here. We have 3 guesses. We can chime in at any time to guess. Are you ready?
I am set.
All right. The first quote I have here. See that garbage can full of salt? That's where he keeps his victims. The salt turns the bodies into mummies.
Okay, I'm gonna guess at. Is it Jack Frost?
Nope.
Okay.
Quote 2. We're doing Christmas movies, by the way. Not sure if we mentioned that, but that's what we're doing. Quote number 2. Bless this highly nutritious, microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner and the people who sold it on sale. Amen.
Is it Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights?
No. One
Okay.
more guess. Quote 3. Ma'am, I'm 8 years old. Do you really think I would be here alone? I don't think so.
Is it Home Alone?
Correct.
Hey!
The last 2 quotes definitely would have given it away. I
Okay.
had Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and Kevin.
Just Kevin.
Yep. All right. What do you have on your list?
All right. All right. Are you ready for the first one?
Let's wait a couple minutes.
Okay.
And through the power of editing, I think I'm ready.
All right. So, quote 1. Bless you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a very pivotal line in the movie. Like, incredibly pivotal. The entire plot hinges on someone saying this.
Okay. I don't have a guess yet then.
Okay. All right. Quote 2. Dreams. Dreams are so important.
What's another one?
Well, Billy and me, we're all each other's got.
Oh, I've definitely heard that. Uh, and it sounds like a little kid saying this in my head. What's the next quote?
Next quote. All right, these last 2 are really going to give it away if you've seen this film. Enjoy the talking now. It's our little secret.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting 2 conflicting things here.
Do you want to take a stab at one of them and see if one of them's correct?
What that last one you just said gives like Narnia vibes.
It's not Narnia.
I didn't
It's not
think
really.
so.
Is that a Christmas movie?
No, but it's like a part of it takes place in like a snow biome.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Technically, I think it's more of like a World War One movie. But
Yeah, like Peter Pan's World War II movie.
all right, what's the last quote?
Oh man, the calf blew it.
God, I really don't have any guesses. because that third one, in my head, it sounds like a squeaky little kid voice, like Billy and me. We're all my gosh, that's all we've got. Um, I don't know, Ratatouille.
It's not Ratatouille.
Okay. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the
It
second
is
one.
not. It is not Ferris Bueller's Day Off, first or second.
Ah, all right. What is it?
It is the 1997 classic Annabelle's Wish.
Okay, I've never even heard of that, so I'm
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
It wasn't. How did it do?
What is it with you picking the really obscure?
Because those are the movies I have seen. I have seen nothing in the popular zeitgeist, but if you pick a random movie from the middle of nowhere, I've probably seen that one.
Okay.
It's also a book.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
children's
familiar
book as
with
well.
you said it came out in like the 70s. I'm familiar with the
1997.
97. Ooh, never mind. I'm
I
familiar
was alive.
with the sequels that they've done more recently, like Annabelle Comes Home, whatever. Um, that follow the doll. I never really got Christmas movie vibes from those trailers, but I mean, I guess they make anything into a Christmas movie now.
Do you want to know a real shocking fact about Annabelle's Wish?
Is it actually in the same Conjuring universe? Was I not
N-
bullshitting?
no.
Oh,
Um, it's narrated by Randy Travis.
okay. Not me Googling who Randy Travis is.
He's a very famous country singer.
That's what I kind of thought, but I don't
Like he's incredibly famous, and the fact that he was like, "Yeah, I'll do the voice for your little cow movie," was incredibly weird for the time.
like Alec Baldwin being the main character in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but yeah,
right.
want to talk about your movie first, since I think more people have seen yours.
Sure. Home Alone. Uh, if I have to explain what Home Alone is, are you really living? I feel like this is one of those films that everyone is aware of, even if you haven't really taken the time to see it. There's no really escaping its popularity as a Christmas movie staple. Um, and I'm not a huge like holiday movie guy. Like I don't do any of the Hallmark stuff. Um, Elf, I've seen a couple times. I don't need to watch Elf every year. Um, but Home Alone is one of those where I might not go out of my way to watch it, but I'm never going to complain if someone's like, hey, let's watch this Christmas movie because it's not 100% just a straight Christmas movie. It's kind of like Die Hard in a way that its story is based around Christmas, but the main plot of anything would kind of be the same regardless of the season. Um, if they decided to take a trip in the summer, I think they would still forget Kevin and the wet bandits would still go around and try to break into houses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I I like that it's you're not tied down to the whole everything through and through here is gonna be just straight Christmas themed. I mean, it is everywhere. It's in the film's DNA. Like all of the sets have Christmas themes
Mm-hmm.
on them. Um, but it's not something where every line of dialogue is reminding you that it is Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because we had planned this episode out at least over a week ago, and we're recording this the day before it goes live. And I'm scrolling through YouTube earlier today, and I come across a video that's like, uh, how many murders are actually in Home Alone? Um, I didn't watch it because it's kind of clickbait because obviously no one really dies, but there's no way that Harry and Marv would have survived Kevin's House of Horrors that he set up, especially with him throwing paint cans over the railing and it hitting them square in the head. Um, he,
Electrifying doorknobs.
yeah, he lit Joe Pesci's head on fire. Um, Marv got a nail almost all the way through his foot. Um, he probably broke his spine too on the icy stairs outside of the basement.
Oh yeah, that's it. If nothing else, that's an impacted disc.
Yeah, I mean, you would know all about back injuries, right? Do you want to like doctor this up and explain how fucked he is?
So I pronounce him with dead.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's honestly, it's hard to pick what to talk about for this film because there's almost no need to go in depth with any of it because there's not a whole ton of depth in the film. I mean, it's still a great movie. I think the deepest part of it is the whole family connections and um, the family's struggle to get back, and Kevin coming to terms with, oh my god, I wish my whole family away, and um, him trying to reconcile and make up for that. Um, but again, that's not the entirety of the movie, and I'm glad that that's not everywhere. Like, there's still a whole ton of enjoyable stuff that um, you can anticipate and look out for if you're not a big fan of the whole like, oh, family is everything and that agenda.
Hmm.
Which,
Hmm.
spoiler alert, I have not subscribed to. So, but yeah, what's one of your favorite parts of this? I'd say first two movies. I mean, there are like what, four or five sequels. It's kind of ridiculous.
Are there?
Yeah, yeah. I was actually just at dinner with someone, and they mentioned how they love the first two Home Alones, and I brought up the fact, oh, what about the others? They're like, they don't exist. They absolutely do not exist. But they do. They just don't star Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, so yeah, okay. I was gonna say.
So yeah, any particular
Um.
moments stick out to you?
So did you know that is in the second one?
Um, I'm sorry, who?
He gives Macaulay Culkin directions in a hotel.
Oh, you must be mistaken. I think you're talking about our fearless leader. Down the hall and to the left is what I told him. I told him great directions. Everyone told me a quality job there in the acting department when I act a lot.
Yeah. So little known fact about that behind the scenes, that was actually down the hall to the left. That was the Epstein room.
Oh, okay. So this entire bit is being cut from the episode. Great to know.
No, it's not being cut. It's being redacted.
The entire podcast just like, hello, hello, welcome to the and then for the next like 40 minutes, there's just complete silence. Okay,
There's just, yeah, basically.
I can do that. I have the editor on speed dial.
Okay, but from the Home Alone one, probably one of my favorite moments of that uh the whole thing is when somehow this child sets up enough like essentially silhouette characters to
Yes.
throw his own house party.
Yeah, I think he's got something set up on a train track that goes
Yep.
around the Christmas tree. He's got two like marionetted with like strings that he holds on to. Um, yeah, pretty underrated. I what always sticks out to me, um, outside of the whole creepy neighbor with the snow shovel, um,
Hmm.
like right during the final whole trap setting, right before um, he sits down to eat his macaroni and cheese, like he has his whole like planning and setup. I can never remember if it's Carol of the Bells that they have in there or if the score is just mimicking Carol of the Bells really well. I think
Mm.
it's the actual score, um, but I don't know. It's just a really cool um, setup moment. It's given off like reverse bank heist vibes. because he's not planning to break in anywhere. He's planning to keep people out.
Right.
And I think most people will say the best sequence of the movie is the last, I don't know, 20 minutes when Harry and Marv are trying to break into the house and they
Oh yeah.
get killed multiple times over.
When they get absolutely bodied by a child.
Yeah, an 8-year-old child takes on two 40-year-old men.
The average man can kill 2 wolves.
But the average Kevin McAllister, however, you don't have enough wolves. The only
There's a
other
reason
thing...
they're endangered.
What?
There's a reason they're endangered.
The only other thing I really kind of want to mention is John Candy. He's in 2, maybe 3 scenes. And he's great, you know? I think there's a rumor going around that all of his lines were ad-libbed, which you hear that a whole ton now. It's like, oh, that scene was actually improvised and they didn't have a script. So I'm kind of finding it really hard to believe that all of these iconic scenes that everyone's talking about just did not have a script for. But with this one, I really believe it because there's probably an outline for what he has to say, but he gives off this natural, like, caring, goofy guy vibe. And yeah, he's a good part to the, I don't want to say downtime of the film. But I mean, it is necessary to see the family try to get back to Kevin. And I think he fills that spot pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. On to Annabelle, which I know nothing about. Give us a rundown.
So Annabelle's Wish is a 1997 movie with Randy Travis, who does the narration. So I'm going to set the stage for you as the movie progresses. I want you to recall, this is a children's movie.
Okay.
So we begin. There's a little boy named Billy, and he's mute. He cannot speak. Which is like, oh, okay, it's a story. It's going to be a Christmas story about, like, differently abled, child. Fine. So Billy lives with his grandpa, whose name is Grandpa. He's never referred to, I think, as anybody else ever refers to him any other name besides Grandpa. Now, Billy lives with Grandpa, and one of the opening scenes, Grandpa is holding a picture of Billy with Billy's mom and dad, and he's crying because now we know that Billy's an orphan.
Okay.
And then we meet the titular character Annabell. She is a newborn calf that was born just before Christmas. Now, on Christmas, on this little farm, they're on a farm, okay? They're on a farm. Every Christmas, Santa comes around to all the animals, and out of his hat, he pulls magic that lets the animals talk for just Christmas Day. That's it. The rule is, they're not allowed to let the humans know they're able to talk. So all the barnyard animals, the cow, the calf, the rooster, the sheep, the dog, they all get to talk as if they were regular humans. But they can't let the humans find out. Billy can't talk. And Annabelle asks her mom, well, why can't Billy talk? And Annabelle's mom, or Mama Cow, says, well, there was an accident years ago. And it cuts to a flashback of the barn on fire. Billy's in the barn. Billy's about to be crushed by a falling fiery beam when Grandpa, who's the same age, as he is now, runs in, grabs Billy, and runs out. And she's like, he was very scared, and he hasn't talked ever since. Never, never, ever. So Billy's mute from fucking trauma. Also, his parents are dead. Cut to the animals being able to talk, and they're screaming and carrying on in the yard. How the humans don't hear them, I don't know. Then Billy comes out to the yard to feed the animals, right? And then he sneezes because some hay gets under his nose, and Annabelle, the calf, goes, bless you! And then all the animals freeze and look at Billy. And I swear to God, it looks like the sheep and the pig are plotting a murder. Because they're in the background of the screen. They look at each other and they look over at the farm equipment. I'm like, that they're planning a murder. They're gonna kill this small child.
Yes, Billy might be fast, but not as fast as Combine.
It's like, all right, they're gonna kill this child. Anyway, so it turns out Billy learns that Annabelle can talk. Um, but it's fine because he can't tell anybody else because no one speaks sign language.
Does the kid not know how to write?
Apparently not. He's a country farm boy who's traumatized and an orphan, so I don't think he learned anything. Anyway, moving on from that point of view, skip ahead. Annabelle, the cow, all she wants to do is be one of Santa's reindeer because they're really cool looking. And she communicates this to Billy. Because we've dropped the whole pretext, everyone's like, you know what? Billy can't talk, so we can talk to Billy all we want for today. And she tells Billy, I want to be a reindeer. And so Billy fashions reindeer antlers out of some sticks and some rope and ties them to Annabelle's head and lets her be a reindeer. It's very sweet. And then comes Aunt Agnes. Aunt Agnes is the rich, single, childless aunt from the city. And she's here for Billy. Why, you might ask? Is it because, oh, she's wealthy and stable and he'll get a good education? No. Because Billy's the only thing missing from Agnes's perfect Christmas. So, some drama happens. Agnes tries to, like, get the courts to sign over Billy to Billy from Grandpa. And Grandpa's like, you can't do that. And she's like, dude, you have no income. I make over $100,000 a year. Also, I'm pretty. Now, of course, this doesn't end up happening. Yada yada. Cut ahead of the movie because there's a lot of filler in between this that means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The movie could have been 15 minutes long, but it's not. Randy Travis does a lot of singing, a lot of narrating, and then I believe it's the next Christmas. Annabelle, they're visited by Santa again. No one told Santa that they dropped the ball on this one. And Annabelle decides to make another wish. Annabelle does not want to be a reindeer and she doesn't want to talk. She wants to give her ability to talk to Billy. And Santa's like, "Ooh, kid, I don't know about that." And then she's like, "Please." And he's like, "Okay." So apparently Santa can just fix every disability on the planet, but he's just not.
Yeah, Santa's definitely in the pockets of the big pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, Santa's part of Big Pharma. You heard it here first. So then Billy gets to talk again, and Billy is then voiced by Randy Travis. Billy becomes Randy Travis. Billy, flash ahead. Billy goes, Annabelle, it's a miracle. Annabelle just goes, moo. And he's like, no, you traded your voice for mine. First off, no one said that. There's no way you could have inferred that. But yes, it's exactly what happened. Good job, kiddo.
Well, he read the script.
Apparently.
With
For some reason, Billy gets to talk forever, not just on Christmas. Billy grows up, is voiced by Randy Travis. He gets a lady friend. Aunt Agnes gets told, too bad, so sad, go back to being a millionaire somewhere else. And then we cut to later, and Annabelle is old and can barely walk anymore because cows don't live as long as people. And so it's like gonna be Annabelle's last Christmas, Billy fears. So again, he dresses her up like a reindeer, and then she's a happy old cow, and then the movie ends. And then the outro song is also played by Randy Travis. And then that's it. That's Annabelle's wish. A cow could talk. It wasn't supposed to talk. It talked. Santa fixed a mute child, and everybody's happy apparently. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of plot holes in this movie, like a lot of plot holes, especially with Child Protective Services. But yeah, if you want, you can pick it up on Amazon today for $20. I've already found it. Yeah, it's great. It's a story about trauma.
And we don't have too many of those.
No, not at all. That's
So,
all I got for Annabelle's Wish. Yes?
what made you choose this film?
Because I thought about Christmas movies, and then my brain was like, remember Mumphy? And I'm like, yeah, it's like, remember Annabelle's Wish? And I'm like,
Hmm,
oh! And then I went to work and I asked, hey, has anyone seen Annabelle's Wish? And then two of my coworkers were like, oh my god, yes, I loved that as a kid. I'm like, cool, people have seen it. So maybe Andrew has seen it.
no.
Turns out not. No one else. I don't think my fiance's seen it either. And it came out the year that she was born, so
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I I'm assuming it's animated.
yes.
Yeah. It feels very similar to the animated Charlotte's Web movie that was probably released around that same time, maybe a little earlier. Um, but yeah, I mean, from what you've told me, honestly, I don't feel like I have to watch it. That sounded like you pretty much described everything that's notable that happens.
Guess what? The movie was made by Hallmark.
Of course it was.
Yeah. In coinciding with Fox Television.
Hmm.
So yeah, Hallmark made this movie.
So is the aunt in the stage where she's before she moves back to her hometown to find the love of her life from high school and leave her husband, or is this post that maybe the new husband has died, and that's how she got all of her wealth?
So it's actually the third string where
Ah,
it's she is wealthy and happy on her own for her own volition. And then she comes back to become happier and improve this small child's life, but then the power of cows is more powerful than money.
hmm, okay, yeah, you don't really see that option explored much anymore with Hallmark.
No. I have a cousin who absolutely adores Hallmark movies, and I don't know how her husband stands it because she makes him cuddle on the couch with him every Christmas and watch all the Hallmark movies that are on TV.
All they've probably made like 20, and they're all the same.
Oh, they made way more than 20.
Oh,
They make about 5 a year.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's bad.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
You know Harry, obviously, played by Joe Pesci.
Yes.
Do you know he has a singing career?
No, I did not.
Yes. Uh, yeah. He has a singing career. He has an album when he was a child called Little Joe Sure Can Sing.
Hmm, that's nice. Do you think that's what got him the role?
I don't know, because in 1968, Pesci released his debut album Little Joe Sure Can Sing, billed by Joe Ritchie, on which he sang covers of contemporary pop hits. Joe Pesci later voiced Frank Vincent in the comedy duo performing as Vincent and Pesci from 1970 to 1976.
Hmm.
So there you go.
Um, hypothetical question for you: if you were to um be transformed into an 8-year-old and had to defend your house, uh, what kind of death traps would you make?
First and foremost, Claymore's on a Roomba.
You're 8 years old. You don't have the ability to buy claymores.
Oh, but I still have the Roomba.
Yeah, I'd consider a Roomba a household item.
Steak knives taped to a Roomba.
Yep, yep. That's a
Take him out.
classic.
Take him out at the ankles.
Hmm.
As well as uh, so I have several fire extinguishers in my home. Um, Pressurize them with tripwire. So essentially, tie a string to the pin. Clamp the handle down using, I would imagine, I don't know. You could use a lot of things. Paracord would work, or you know, a chip clip would also do it. And then have it so when someone opens the front door, it pulls it and it can shunk, and then a really fast,
Smoke bomb.
very angry, it would go. It'd be right at dick level.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I would also cover my front porch in water and let it freeze over to be slippery. I would also then, so my porch is like a sheer drop to my front yard. I would then put uh,
Bear
two by
trap?
fours.
Okay. Two by
I don't
four.
have bear traps. I do have two by fours and a lot of nails and screws. I would put those there so if you slipped off the porch, bam, on your back or side, straight into a bunch of rusty nails.
Ah, the good old Vietnamese bamboo trap.
Tiger trap, tiger pits. How about you? How are you defending your domicile?
It depends which one. Because the house I lived in growing up before we moved, that front door opens and you have a straight shot up. The stairs leading upstairs are right there. Um, so I'd probably have something similar to the paint trap, set something like that up. Um, but also maybe scatter a whole ton of Legos all over the floor so that they can't walk anywhere because obviously they take their shoes off when they come in because it's rude not to do so. So their feet will be vulnerable from that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would cook up a nice meal on the stovetop before. But really, all that's doing is getting that pan nice and hot so I can just go around once they're on the floor picking Legos out of their feet. Um, I give them a nice, what's a popular kitchen brand name? LG. Do they make pots and pans? We'll say they do. They'll get a nice little LG branding right on their cheek from that pan that was on the stove.
That's genius.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
Go get Annabelle's Wish on DVD before physical media is gone forever.
Yep. So the only silver lining with the whole Netflix bid to Warner
Mhm.
Brothers is I think Paramount put in a bid for like 100 billion, from what I've
Oh.
heard, and Paramount and Warner Brothers, from a single source I heard, share physical media distribution source.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if they buy them out, physical media is not gone from them because they'll still have that. But even if Netflix buys them, they're still under contract with the physical media distributor.
Mhm.
So Warner Brothers stuff, I think you can still get on physical media for at least a couple years if Netflix does buy them out. But
Mhm.
still not looking good.
No, we're slowly going back to we're slowly replacing cable with just streaming services,
Hmm. It's
and
gonna come
then we're
full
gonna
circle.
yeah, it always does. It's all there's money in it, so it's gonna become worse. Um, remember, kids, that crime is not. We do not endorse crime, but we also aren't cops. So
Yep. Uh,
remember, children, any physical media or digital media that you have access to, you are legally allowed to make 3 physical copies for archival purposes.
is that true? What's your source
That
on
is,
that?
I believe it was. Let me hold on. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it. Remember, kids, don't take legal advice from raccoons wearing trench coats.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is that if it's legally and morally correct in your heart, it's admissible in court. So you're good to
I
go there.
If I'm not mistaken, the government Supreme Court ruled you can make copies of things that you legally own. Up to 3 copies can be stored for archival purposes as long as you not as long as you not sell them or share them. But the same thing with like, okay, remember how downloading MP3s was illegal? It still is, like from like LimeWire, Napster, etc., etc.
Yeah. And then those of you
Technically,
who don't know that that's illegal, surprise.
it's also illegal to burn those very CDs onto copies for your friends. I can tell you this for a fact. Before the internet was a thing, people were already burning music CDs and making their own custom CDs and giving them to their friends.
Oh yeah, I had a teacher in fourth grade, a music teacher, who I think it came up in discussion one day that I had the Daughtry CD, his first one. She's like, "Oh, can you burn it and give it to me?" I'm like, okay, sure. I had no idea what that was, and then I went to one of the parental units, and they're like, that's illegal. But we did it anyway, I think, because I wanted to get a good grade in the class. So,
Because not to mention, it's like not for nothing, but PCs. I mean, today as well as back then, you had a disk drive
mm-hmm.
and there was a burn button.
Yep.
You just click done. If it's okay, if a crime is that easy to commit, then I think it's on Microsoft. I think that's actually Microsoft's problem. They should have to cover the legal fees.
Yeah.
They let me do it.
Send the bill to Bill Gates. He enabled all of us to do this. So
Indeed.
that is our Christmas legal advice to all of you listening. As a special Christmas treat to you, this is a much shorter episode than usual. I'm sure you all appreciate that. Uh, Thanks as always for sticking around, putting up with our nonsense this season, and we will be back in the new year for another season of the Two Raccoons in a Trenchcoat podcast. If you want to reach out to us in any way, leave a comment down below or send us an email over at tworaccoonspodcast@gmail.com. That's two C's, two O's, no spaces. As always, I've been some guy with a hat.
And I am some guy with a microphone with a very special send off as we wrap up our first season. You, the listeners and viewers at home, are the ones that allow us to keep doing what we're doing. Are we making money? No. Do we love what we're doing? Yes. And you can help change that by making us rich and miserable.
Rich and miserable?
Yes.
Walk us through how that works, some guy with a mic.
So Aunt Agnes from Annabelle's Wish.
Got it. Call back. We do those sometimes.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you all next time. Thanks for listening and have a nice holiday.
Bye bye.